Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode of Friday Night Explorer, or actually Friday Night Pioneer now, we're going to pioneer some Junt Sacrifice. So, before I played Golgari Sacrifice with Yarga, I also played Rakdos Sacrifice with Mayhem Devil. This time, we're going to piece it all together in one Junt deck that has both combos. So, Mayhem Devil says whenever we sack a permanent, we can use it to deal 1 damage to any target, and the whole deck is full of sacrificial fodders, so we're going to be able to deal a lot of damage with the Mayhem Devil. We also have Ygra, Eater of All, which turns all of our creatures into food, and if we have Cauldron Familiar, then we can sacrifice a Cauldron Familiar to bring back a Cauldron Familiar, because they're both cats and food, so that will endlessly cycle until our opponent just get drained out. That's the idea of the deck. It is a very efficient deck, but in Pioneer, obviously, we got to be quite efficient in a lot of the matchups. So let's talk about exactly how this deck works. Turn 1, and this is where it gets a little bit tricky. If you look at all these cards, they're all 1-drops, but not all these cards are played on turn 1, so be very careful. Definitely, we want to drop a Scavenger's Talent, because we want to, whenever we have a creature die, get a food token, and then whenever we sacrifice any permanent, we get to mill 2 cards. This is an important card to drop on turn 1 if we're able to. We also have 4 Witch's Oven, which is the theme of the deck, the old cat oven combo, which means that Cauldron Familiar with the Witch's Oven allows us to cycle this back and forth for a lot of drain. And if we have Witch's Oven versus Scavenger's Talent, I would suggest playing Witch's Oven first, just to prevent it getting Thought Seized and stopping your whole combo from working. We also have, of course, ourselves, 2 Thought Seized we can also play on turn 1 to get a good look at our opponent's hand, know what we're playing against, and know what kind of tech we need, what kind of preparations we might need, and how do we play around counter spells and things of the like. Those are all important, but then we have our 4 Cauldron Familiar, which I don't recommend playing on turn 1, unless that's the only thing you can do, bar even playing a tap land just tapped. Because Cauldron Familiar is great, but having it on board is very dangerous. There's a lot of exile abilities, and you don't want your Cauldron Familiar to get exiled. Like a March, I forgot what the other exile ability cards are, but just be careful. Like Torch the Tower will exile Cauldron Familiar. So normally we want to have Cauldron Familiar on the same turn that we're able to sacrifice to a Witch's Oven, or maybe even to a Deadly Dispute, or maybe even Fatal Push ourselves just to keep it in our graveyard. That's a little bit tricky, but that's the idea of this deck, right? And we also have 4 Fatal Push ourselves to push our opponent's creatures so that we don't lose to their creatures. That obviously we don't want to get aggro down. And we also have 2 Claim the Firstborn. This is a new inclusion in the deck. Instead of having 4 Thoughtseize, having 2 Claim the Firstborn might be pretty relevant against a lot of the aggro. We can steal their creatures and then sacrifice to the Witch's Oven. If there's a rat there, we can sacrifice their rat and deal damage to them instead. That's pretty fun. And we can steal all the way up to a 3 CMC creature for 1 mana, which is pretty good, whereas Fatal Push can only kill a 2 CMC creature unless we revolt. And we don't always revolt in the early game. Sometimes revolting might actually be bad, so that's why we have Claim the Firstborn in. Also, Thoughtseize deal 2 damage to us, and we don't want to get burned out by an aggro deck, whereas in Claim the Firstborn actually does not deal damage to us. Pretty important in that respect. And then we have 4 Deadly Dispute and 4 Bloodtithe Harvester. So that's our turn 2 play, where we can either temple out, have a potential removal, or sacrifice whatever we have, creatures or artifact, draw cards, get treasure, and really ramp quicker into our end game. Turn 3, we have 4 Fable the Mirror Breaker. This card's insane. Obviously, any deck that can include Fable is gonna way outperform every other card. It creates a treasure-making goblin, it lets us loot 2 cards, and then it creates a Kiki-Jiki. A 3-mana Kiki-Jiki is insane. And then we have 4 Mayhem Devil, which is kind of the combo of why we have Rakdos in the deck in the first place, right? So Mayhem Devil, whenever we sack, we deal 1 damage, and we can ping out a lot of the very popular decks in Pioneer. So, you got Elves decks, you got the Green-White Angel decks, you also have, the Rat decks. Mayhem Devil can really ping out a lot of decks just by sacrificing a bunch of stuff. And then we got an endgame combo on Yarga. Don't let the 5 mana fool you, right? We can get to the 5 mana pretty easily with Deadly Disputes and things of that like. And we can also bring Yarga back with level 3 in Scavenger's Talon, which only costs 3 mana. So that's kind of the idea that I had for this deck. A lot of people are playing this deck in Pioneer, and I think it's rightly so one of the top tier decks. Again, Arena's bugged out, so I can't use Apply Style. I don't know why. And let's talk about the lands, right? We only have 22 lands. I actually tuned down a lot of the lands. The other deck lists I looked at runs 24 lands. I don't agree with that. I think 22 lands is enough. We got 3 Swamps, 1 Den of the Bugbear, 1 Silkinson, and then we have 3 Blackcleave Cliffs, 3 Blazemire Verge, 2 Blightstep Pathway, the red-black pathway, 4 Blood Crypt, and then we have 4 Overgrown Tombs to help us play Jargas, and 1 Fountain Port to potentially make creatures, or make fish, make treasure, or sacrifice all of our things to trigger more sacrificial sort of abilities. That's how I feel about this Jund deck. It looks very cool, but there are a lot of things that I'm not quite sure of yet. There's a lot of 3-offs in the land base that I'm not quite sure of yet. I want to know how that actually perform in gameplay. So let's go into the games and see how it does. Alright, our opponent is Jackalope 825. We go first. Talon, Oven, Fable. Okay. Let's scavenge. Swifty. Swifty is scary. Do I need the Oven out this turn? Or do I just take out their Swiss Sphere? I don't need to push right now, right? Just 1 damage. Not doing anything else. Illuminator, Virtual. Kill that. We're in the business of killing Illuminators. Tap. What are Bloodtithe Harvester? Challenger. I get a food, but we take a lot of damage here. Can I get another land? I mean, it would help at some point if I stop drawing lands. I think I've only drawn lands so far. Fable. What are the Witch's Oven? Alright, we're gonna take a ton of damage here. And it's trample. So what can we do? Block this. That's for sure. I'm gonna sack it. We get a food. We get 2 food. Don't get any mills, but I get 2 food. And I go down to 5. Top deck a land again, so I can mill these 2 lands. Cauldron Familiar. Really only getting 1 life here. I don't know if this is going to be enough. We're going to find out. Alright, we sack the Familiar, we get 2 cards. I get another Oven, that's pretty good. Then I can make 2 food, but I don't know if this is enough. Hammerheart's gonna go big. Can't block it. Illuminator 2. Oh man, we're gonna need to gain a lot of life. get through this. Pro black. Block one of them. Lower end escape. Alright, it's gonna deal 8 damage. So we're gonna have to sack this familiar. Bring the familiar back out. Sack the familiar again. Bring the familiar back out. Ooh. Down to 1. Mayhem devil. Dude, did we do this? Did we just make it out of that alive? Let's find out, shall we? Oh, okay, I guess we won't find out. Loser! Take that. Going first, getting all the best cards, still gets stomped. Alright, our opponent is Wormhole. He's got 2 L's in his Wormhole. I hope he also L's this game. Dude. Either none of them or all of them, right? Can I get anywhere with this? I got a push. I got a talent. These are dead cards until I can actually play them, which probably won't happen for a while. Now I could draw. You know what? It's fine. I could draw lands, which I can then activate to level 2. I can draw creatures, which activates level 1. Or I can draw nothing and just cry, right? There's no more Jargas in the deck. They're all in my hand. There's no more cards for me. Is he gonna discard my Jarga? There's 2 of them. I don't think he'll do that. Discards my talent. Well, here's a Cauldron Familiar. Nothing. Good. Oh, but, wow. Okay. Go for the attack first. Then we definitely do our Cauldron Familiar, which does not get us a land. You serious? What? I'm not wasting a treasure then. Probably gonna get Thoughtseize here. Fable. Of course, alright, 15 turns in, still no lands. Kill those. Put out a Witch's Oven, see what happens. Dude. This is wild. Somehow playing like a mirror? Oh no. Oh no! Not a mirror. This is just immediately get Grease Fang. Is that a land I see? That's not... It's not supposed to happen. I'm not supposed to get lands. Alright, I can Bloodtithe, I can push this. Do I want to... Scavenger's Talon. I definitely need to push this. I can get 2 treasures. I don't know if I want to do that. There's 1 more treasure I can Jarga, and then I'll just win that way. But if he just Grease Fangs me, I just die. So I also have that going for me. I mean, this is the opener I kept, right? That was kind of the problem anyways. That was all he does? Okay. That was all he did. Interesting, because I can kill the reflection. I think I will. Level it up. I would like to mill too, please. I would also like a treasure. Or a food. I mean... How does it just happen? I would also like the mill too. Important I don't die this turn, because then I'll just kill him next turn. With the 2 Cauldron Familiars. And the Ygra combo. And even if he grease tanks damage, not the end of the world for me. Grease Fang can't kill me with one. Like, one attack is 13 damage. Yeah, one attack is 13 damage. Don't at me, bro. Or I can bring back the Thundering Brood Dragon, I guess. Don't think that's gonna help. Maybe you want to break my Scavenging Talon. Let's see what he breaks. Does break my Scavenging... Oh, I should have sacked in response. I mean, you probably attack with it, right? It's Menace, so I can't block it. It's got 1 mana left. Has something to play. Back to hand. Go into play. Get a fruit. What do you do on my turn? It's a sack of food, right? Oh no. Your food's put in a graveyard. Other creatures are food. Yeah, so that's how it works. I don't think you can kill my stuff. Sack of food for a food. Sack of food for a food. Infinite drain. Sack of food for a food. It's gonna make me play through this? I mean, I guess. I don't mind this at all. I will totally sack a food for food. You can sit through that. That's a GG. Your turn 1 thought sees you. Jerk. Hello, learn me. Alright, our opponent is the Hateful Nate. Oh god, we're getting hated on. Man, Graveyard Hate would definitely shut down Nargat, so let's see what's good. Yes? We got some hateful cards ourselves. Forest. Oh. None of that. Mono Greener. Let's go Bloodtithe Harvester. I have no way to sack creatures. Ooh, double Thoughtseize? Well, that's something. In the middle of your hand. Oh boy. Shelter, 2 Righteous, and a Voice, and a CC. How do I kill the Righteous Valk? And the answer is I can't, right? I can kill 1 Righteous Valk. I'm not sure how to kill the other one, though. That's kind of the problem. 3 or less. So I can steal 1. Not steal both. If I get a land, I could, I guess. Oh, land we're out. Okay. gonna shelter? My Bloodtithe Harvester? That's kind of weird. Thoughtseize is good. Claim is a little bit harder to play against his deck. Can I get a land? Cannot get a land. Definitely cannot get a land. Guess we won't be playing a fair match with a 2-lander again. Righteous Vow. Shaela is coming next turn. I could push his creatures one at a time. Not great, but something. Other creatures have hexproof. I don't think he's gonna attack. Well, that's gonna attack, but not the other one, right? So we sack the Cauldron Familiar. Bring it back on our turn. Oh, come on! Push that. Gonna have to take that damage. Collect the company, here we go. Deadly Dispute. Well, I could push, or I could sack the Cauldron Familiar for 2. That's best. Definitely collect the company. Do I sack the Cauldron Familiar? Or a draw 2? Yeah, let's do it. At some point, I'm gonna draw a land. Not a CC? Wow, okay. That's surprising. Bishop. Not. Against a bishop, we have a chance, maybe? So we're gonna play the Mayhem Devil. Yeah. Add red. Deal 1 damage to that. Okay. We'll kill it, giving me back the Bloodtithe Harvester. And yep. Oh god. Finally! Then we're out. And then we're out is dead. We'd like to get a food. I also like to get a Mayhem Devil. So, sack of 2. 1, 2. Bring it in. Sack this. 4 of 2. 1, 2. Put another oven. Alright, we'll keep all the sacks in response to something. He's gonna top deck plus the company? No. Alright, we got there. It's a 2-lander, but we prevailed. That's OP, man. Alright, our opponent is the Fuma Maximus. Oh boy, okay. The Fairy Avatar. What kind of red deck are you playing? We go first. We got a Thoughtseize, so we get to look at what kind of red deck he's playing. That's pretty cool. Not playing a red deck at all. Spirits. Shackle Guys, Rattle Chain, Curious Obsession. Does have a spell Pierce too. This will make him play on turn 2. The Curious Obsession is where he gets all his power from, right? Target spirit gains hexproof. So I gotta kill the spirit as soon as he played them. I don't know if that's the right choice. We're gonna have to find out. Alright, that means he's not dicing me this turn. Bloodtithe Harvester. Spectral Sailor. No, okay, he's dead. Bring it on. Shackle dice. Shackle dice. I want to kill the shackle guys. Now, do I want to Witch's Oven this turn? Do I want to hold up the mana? It might be necessary to hold the mana. Maybe it's a discard father too. Oh, that's a card. Fable. And let's go. We'll go to the attack. No. We put out the oven. Now we'll do the attack. He takes that damage. Shackle Guys is 2-1. Rattle Chain. I mean, not Shackle Guys, Rattle Chain. I could kill it, but he might do something in response. Let's make him do it in response. Definitely has another spell, right? That's his plan. 2 rattle. That means he can't rattle on the rattle. Kill that. Put it on your rattle chain if you want. It won't hurt me one bit. Alright, Fable, toss Fable. I don't know. Fable is a pretty good card. I don't know if I want to toss that. No reason to toss it, honestly. I could sack this to kill it, or I can just... Oh, I can't use the food. Oh boy. That is not a fair card. Do I even want to pitch it? I think I'm okay with pitching it. You get a Yarga too. Right, sack this. 1 damage to it. And it's dead. GG. Oh, those Dossies really stopped them. Alright, no more Maximus for you. Alright, our opponent is the Ronnie DVC. Hey, that's a name you can have. I don't know what it means. Opponent goes first. I get an oven. I get red eventually. I get a second draw, so I'm gonna keep, but it's very scary, right? Oh. Never mind. It goes from scary to what the hell am I doing this? Do I want Scavenger's Talon more? I think I want the Oven more. Dude. Not cool. Well, maybe we just play a tap land. Because all I'm going to do is play Talon this turn, and... Do I need to hold up a push? Maybe I hold up a push. I think opponent goes first, they get their first Fable. Yeah. Good stuff. Don't think we're gonna be fast enough for this. Let me get my Fable. Drops one card? How good is his hand? Oh my god. Also, the card he dropped is Fable? That's insane. What's going on? That's not how you play this deck. Fable is such a good card. I don't know. I mean... Hey, to each their own. They can definitely play whatever they want. Oh, that's probably why. Fable for days. Not attacking is also wrong, because that's just a free cycle. Two Scavengers Talon. How important is that? I don't know. I need to draw my important cards. I did not draw my important cards. Instead, I also draw Fable for days. Okay, I was gonna use a treasure token anyways, I guess. It didn't matter. Let's see who wants to trade. He doesn't have to trade, right? He gets a food. I'll get a food. I could Fable, I could kill this, so he can't Yarga me next turn. Is that worth it? I get 2 food. Can also level 3. Which could return nothing. If he Yargas me, do I die? I think we need to dig deep. We need to dig deep. I hate mirror matches because it's like it's just all about luck. There's no skills involved. There it goes. No. Weird. I mean, I think he could have a Yarga in his hand. He can play it, and I don't know what else happens if he does play it. Yeah, I don't know what happens if he does play it, but we're gonna have to find out. I get a food anyway. A little slow for that. Does he have a kill spell for Yarga? Doesn't look like it, so let's find out what I'm gonna draw. Man, what do I do here? Toss the push? It feels wrong to toss the push, because I can push the reflection, right? But if I don't get... Yeah, if I don't get Jargas this turn, can I even win? Alright, time to toss the reflection, see what happens. No! Cannot get there. Right, toss season first. Deadly Dispute. You sure you want to do that? That just give me more information about what I can steal from you. I thought CZE. Gonna push my reflection. Oh my god, there's 2 Jargas? What was the point? Dude, our opponent has 2 Jargas, I have none. How many Cauldrons? He has 1. You're not gonna get this in a graveyard, you could just sack his Scavenging Talon, right? So I'm not gonna get there. There was no way to get there. They're all food. Stack of food and mill too. Am I gonna get there? Stack of Familiar to mill 2 more. They either all come at once or they never come, huh? All come at once or they never come. Oh, there it is. Alright, I gotta put a stop here. And a stop on his upkeep. So... I think we attack. And I need that treasure. I gotta sack 3 things, right? 3 non-land tournaments. You should double block. Not double blocking is wrong here. And let me show you why. Oh no! 1 more damage in the mill. Yeah, I don't like mirror matches because it's all about luck. And I had to dig through my entire deck, right? But I think we got there. Mills 2 more. What are you planning to do anyways? I don't know. Because he's just struggling. We'll go to end phase. We sack. Oh, resolve. 1, 2. Oh, didn't want to see the Jargas come out. With 3 Cauldrons. Yeah, that's a G to the G. Welcome back, everyone! Now that you saw all those sacrificial games, how does this deck feel? It performed amazingly, I have to say. The Mayhem Devil got us a few wins just by endlessly pinging our opponent. The Jargas got us a few games just by having that infinite combo. And this deck, you know, basically having both of those dimensions felt really, really good. But, as I mentioned in the beginning, there's a few things I wasn't sure about that I wanted to adjust. So the lands, it was tricky, right? I don't think I need Den of the Bugbear. I don't think at any point I had 5 mana to activate it, and I was not just losing or already won. So I don't think the Den will ever get triggers. I don't know why I would use a Den. A lot of decks run them because they're red. They automatically think it's good. I don't agree with it. I think it needs to go. Right? And also Fountain Pour. I never really really drew it, so I don't know how relevant that is. But a lot of times I wish I had a black pip or a red pip, but I had the opposite pip, so it was not able to do what I wanted to do, and that might be a problem if I were to draw the Fountain Pour. So that also might be a card that needs to go. 3 Swamp is fine, but I think I'm going to need 4 Verges and 4 Blackcleave Cliffs just to be able to get off the early game cards. And that is tricky, but it's not the end of the world. I think that's totally fair. Sokazen, I think we can keep. Sokazen is a very good card because we can channel it to make spirits, and then the spirits could be sacrificial fodder, and that's very important. So, I think we can also run 1 Boseiju. I'm not really quite sure how good that is, just because obviously we don't have that many green, so Boseiju will be very difficult to actually channel. But Boseiju could be a lifesaver against things like Rest in Peace, or against our opposings. We saw opposing Witch's Oven and Scavenger's Talons and things of that like. So that's a little bit tricky. I think a Boseiju might be relevant. Right, so that's another thing we can add. Now, another thing that I noticed, Claim the Firstborn, I completely forgot about this. It just says, control target creature with mana value 3 or less. It doesn't say target creature your opponent controls. So what you can do is you can use this to target your Fable, target your Bloodtithe Harvester, and give it haste. And that's kind of important on a few turns where I just wish I had haste, and all I had was claim. I forgot about this, but that's definitely a trick that advanced sacrificial players would know how to play. Any advanced red player that ever played Claim the Firstborn knows that you can target your own creature and give it haste, and that might be just good enough for like a push at some point. Not this kind of push, but a push for win. And Scavenger's Talon, we got it in at the last game, and that's also something I wanted to show, right? Level 3 is incredibly important because Scavenger's Talon is an amazing card to help you cycle through the whole deck. But when it does, you mill your Jargas, you get kind of sad because that's your win con. Don't worry, bring it back with level 3, and you win that way, which we did. And that's fun. That's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.